Well, Wales have actually managed to win a game. It doesn't feel like I've probably said that for a while. A lot of you may know I'm myself a Wales supporter. This was a game that wasn't a 1-point victory. It didn't feel like they managed to get a penalty at the end and sort of take it away. Wales made a big step in the right direction. That's what so many people have been asking for. I've been seeing a lot of responses on the comment section, on Twitter, everything being like, oh, we need to get rid of Pivac and stuff. This was a big step in the right direction. For Argentina, it was a bit of a step in the wrong direction. I sort of really hyped Argentina up in the preview video to this one, expected them to really come into this game, defense to be solid, aggressive attack, and I feel like that applies more to the Wales team than the Argentina one, guys. As we do in these review videos, we'll be going over what happened in the first half, checking out some scores, some highlights, going over some fun stats and other things, and then afterwards moving on to talk about that full-time result to see how Wales managed to get there. Of course, guys, if you enjoyed this sort of content, feel free to subscribe. It's easy, it's free, it's one click of a button. You can always unsubscribe later if you really want to, but if you enjoy rugby, this is the place to be. So, starting off in this first half, we had a really nice opening 5 minutes, a lot of free-flowing rugby. Wales really trying to put down a bit of a marker, attacking, aggressive, few mistakes, handling errors, things not going particularly right. Argentina did lose a big jackling threat in Montoya going out just before this game. It got announced earlier on they had a rib injury, so Austin Creevy came in to replace him. Now, Wales had a really good start. The opening 20 minutes, very free form for both teams. Humidity inside a closed roof stadium apparently is a big thing. Greasy ball, greasy ground, a lot of knock-ons this game, people slipping all over the place. Not really something I've experienced before from going to see Wales in the Principality with a closed roof, but Wales struggling to get it fully together. They obviously wanted to go on the attacking, but penalties. Penalties again, a big issue for Wales in this first half. So it was actually Argentina that got off to the better start in terms of the score, but Argentina leading up to that 13th minute, 2 penalties, one from Faletau not rolling away, and another one that was just compound penalties for offside. Wales obviously came with a game plan in this game, fast defense, blitz defense, sometimes too fast for their own good. So Argentina got their 2 early penalties leading into that 13th minute, taking them to a 6-0 lead. Considering how dominant Wales were in that sort of opening 20 minutes, they still held out at 6-0. Wales did have a really nice attack towards the sort of 22nd marker, and they got a good penalty from the back of a scrum, kicked them to the corner, went for the driving maul, tried to play the ball out, and there was a little bit of a hand, a little bit of a purposeful knockdown from Argentina. I feel like when we see these go further out wide, that's sort of a yellow card by default. I don't know why. If it's close to the maul, it wasn't. I maybe would have lent towards a yellow card there, but the referee said penalty only. TMO agreed with it. I just thought that was a bit of a strange call. All the way up to the half-hour marker. All Wales on the attack, really trying to make big ground. The Argentina maul is just trying to survive again and again and again. Not let Wales get in the corner for those tries off the back of the maul, but the penalty count slowly beginning to build for them. Ken Owens even got himself over the try line, but a big late-minute tackle meant that the ball got knocked on for him, so a bit of a shame. And at the 30-minute marker, it's still got that 6-0 marker. Now, considering the territory stats at this point, 30 minutes into a game, 67% territory. Wales are entering that 22 repeatedly. They're always in Argentina half, just not converting it into actual scorelines. Wales did get a penalty for Argentina being offside. They kicked to the corner, big call at this point, got a lot of pressure, not taking any points towards the post. They kicked to the corner again. There's a huge maul that comes from Wales, and Faletau gets it over from the back of that maul, and Anscombe gets that one over. So Wales, for the first time in this game, it took 30 minutes to get there, considering all the pressure and everything I've said so far is all Wales. Wales go ahead 7 points to 6, and then they double down again from another penalty that came from Argentina. Tackle off the ball, really silly. We saw this against England last week. Weird penalties, they just need to cut them out. Wales, of course, get that kick from Anscombe as well, taking them to 10-6, where the score stands all the way through to the half-time marker at that point. And in terms of notes, all I've got written down is it's a half about Wales. That's all I've got written down. The fact that Wales are just all over the game. The attacking game is far better, but their mistakes are not letting them get on that scoreboard more. The penalties against them potentially the only reason Argentina are on the board at this point. The Argentina defence not looking as tight as it has been for the past year. Talking about them in the Rugby Championship, they're very used to teams being aggressive on the offence. New Zealand, South Africa, Australia. Argentina have actually built a bit of a game around absorbing these things, getting the jackal penalties, winning the breakdown situations. Wales adapted to a new style, a nice style, an aggressive style, but for whatever reason, Argentina didn't quite seem on the ball today. Same going for sort of the power game. We talk about Argentina. You expect them to be wanting to front up in terms of the power, and while the tackles were pretty hard, mauls and scrums, I would say, we're leaning the way towards Wales for this one. So quite surprising there. Argentina's game plan, for whatever reason, not being brought forward from what we've seen in the past. In terms of halftime stats then, Wales just ahead on possession, 52%, territory 65% at the end of the half, only 4 points up. I know a lot of teams would probably want to be seeing that lead extend out by more, considering how much ground they did have. Penalties conceded, Wales 6, Argentina 4, but turnovers, Wales 0, Argentina 2. Now, these stats I actually tried to use from that Amazon site. You keep seeing Brian Habana talk about he looked at his stats and the guy turned around too slowly. I actually tried and took them from this one today to see if it made any difference. Those stats feel a little bit slightly off me, maybe the turnover count, but we'll go with them for now. But again, meters made and carries made. Wales made twice as many carries and twice as many meters made than Argentina in that first half. So only a 4-point lead. Maybe they would have wanted a bit more. On to the second half then, and Wales actually began to start getting things where they wanted to be. It started out a little bit slower for this one. We didn't really see anything happen for the first 10 minutes. Both teams just trying to ease back into it. But the first try coming in the second half, coming from Thomas Williams. Bit out of the blue, bit of a kicking game going on. Thomas Williams runs in, gets a big charge down on Juan Cruz Malia in that fullback position. Gets it during this kicking tennis battle. The ball bounces really nicely for him, right over the try line. Dots it down, easy as you like, and Anscombe converts that one. So Wales extend that lead out now, 17 points to 6. Now, Argentina are pretty desperate to get back into this game at this point. They've not really had the territory. It doesn't feel like they've had a great deal of possession. It doesn't feel like they're making a lot with the possession either. Kicking it away an awful lot in this game. Now, over the course of the next 20 minutes or so, Argentina actually have big opportunities to score points, a number of penalties going against Wales. The discipline's still not set towards that 60-minute marker. Argentina had penalties at the scrum, in open play, Wales offside, and every single time they go to the corner, they're desperate to get this driving maul. And I would say for that first half, Wales' maul was looking better. Wales' scrum was looking better. It didn't really look like that was an avenue for Argentina. What we're saying about the step back for Argentina, what we see them do against New Zealand, South Africa, Australia, those teams, they've been doing it week in, week out. They did it against England last week. Just keep taking the 3 points. Keep taking the 3 points and you'll just chip away at that lead. Doesn't matter how well the other team's doing. If they're not being consistent with that, you're just going to keep winning points. And over the course of the next 20 minutes, there was 4 instances of having the opportunity to take the 3 points. And every time they went to the corner, went for that driving maul, Wales dealt with them more. Wales' defence much improved from this game from what we've seen from the last few games. Tiprick, Falatau, Ken Owens, George North on the line. Adam Beard got a massive jackal penalty literally on the try line. So they come away between that 50 and 60th minute marker with 0 points, which is a real shame for them. Doubled on the fact that Will Rowlands got a yellow card during all this for playing the ball while on the ground. And across the entirety of his yellow card, not only did Argentina not score anything, they actually conceded 3 points back up the other end of the field from Argentina being offside, and that one being converted by Priestland. So, you know, in terms of the final score, that we talk about a 7-point mark here, there were 4 opportunities for 3 points. There's 12 points, and Argentina are great at it. Boffelli's not missing any kicks. They win this game. If they just take those 3 points, I'm not sure why they took the step back away from their decisions there. The try scoring wasn't empty for Argentina. In the 69th minute, Teta Chaparro got over. They finally got that driving maul going correctly for them. There was a huge push from that line out, and Chaparro did manage to carry it over for the try. Boffelli converting that one as well. Brought them back to that 20 points to 13, and a pretty tense final 10 minutes. 7 points in it, potentially a draw game. We saw this happen last year when we had Wales versus Argentina. There was 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. It can happen in this sort of fixture. Wales did attempt to play a cheeky little kick over the top in one of the set plays that went extremely wrong out of nowhere. It looked like a really good move. Argentina defense ran up. They kicked over the top. George North didn't manage to catch the bounce. And Argentina on the breakaway, it looked like it was all going to go terribly wrong. Great cover tackle in the scramble defense from Wales, managing to get back. Falatau ran about 60 meters to get over for the ruck to not concede any penalties. And we just had a tense final 10 minutes of Argentina trying to hold out the game, trying to get some phases together, trying to move forward. But Wales' defense really, really good in that final 10. So we left with that final score 20 points to 13. A resounding win. I still think if you take into consideration the penalty counts and, you know, maybe an arguably a lucky charge down from Thomas Williams, but he's very good at it. He does do it in quite a few games, so, you know, we all view on whether it's lucky or not. That scoreline looks very different. So Wales have still got a lot to look at and a lot to improve on, but a much better game than I've seen from them recently. Faletau got man of the match. I think there was a few names could have gone on there. Faletau probably one of them. Personally, for me, I would have gone for Tiprick. I think he led by example as a captain in terms of his line speed all the way until the 80th minute. Straight off the line. Jack Morgan made a big impression, came on quite early. Dan Lydiot, unfortunately, with another injury in his game back. He just can't get away from those injuries. But Jack Morgan, again, I thought played really well in this game. In terms of final notes, I just said Wales just getting so many things right in the second half, actually improving in the second half compared to the first half. It's so nice to see an aggressive Wales team again. Hopefully Argentina aren't going to be too down by this. I'm not quite sure what was wrong with Argentina today. They looked a little bit flat. They didn't look as if they had enough energy. I'm not sure whether the roof closed and that humidity and the damp ball was really messing with them quite a lot. There was a lot of knock-ons, a lot of handling issues for them. So hopefully they fix that going into some games in the future. In terms of final stats then, scrums I wasn't expecting. 8 from 8 for Wales, 2 from 3 for Argentina. Wales doing really well. Lineouts still not quite as consistent for Wales, but better. 8 from 10 from Wales, 16 from 16 from Argentina. Wow, that's looking pretty good in terms of that line-out for Argentina. But then penalties, 12 to 7. And like I said, 4 of them kickable positions. What could that game have been? But of course, guys, make sure you drop your thoughts on the game down in the comments. Looking forward to hear from this one. A lot of people really excited about this game weekend, so looking forward to hear what you guys have to say. There is also going to be some match reports for some other games going on the channel. We've got France, the Springboks, coming up next. Looking forward to that one. I hope you all enjoy this one today, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye.